Welcome to the podcast, everyone. Today, we're diving into that, notorious challenge, Monday morning work motivation.
Yup, the struggle is, oh so real, right?
Absolutely. It's like, you've had these amazing weekends, spent quality time with family and friends, and then suddenly Monday hits, and you're, forced back into the office routine.
Exactly. It's almost like the contrast between pure weekend bliss and the jolt of weekday responsibility, huh?
Right. Indeed. There's this article that really nails it. It talks about how on Monday mornings stress levels spike, blood pressure goes up, and even heartbeats get accelerated. It even cites a study showing a 20% increase in, heart attacks on Mondays compared to other days.
Yeah. Wow, that's, really eye-opening. It shows that the mental and physical impact is not just, metaphorical, it's literally, affecting your heart.
Exactly. And it really paints a picture of how deeply our emotions from a joyful weekend can, backfire when we step into the stress of a work routine.
Think about it. You spend an entire weekend doing activities that relax you, only to find yourself mentally dragged back into work mode. It's like trying to, switch lanes in a busy highway with no brake lights, right?
Ha ha ha. That's a pretty cool way of putting it. And the article goes on to explain that this doesn't just happen randomly. It's partly because we, hold on to those positive memories from the weekend so much that our minds refuse to fully detach.
Yeah, I get it. So it's kind of like our brains are stuck in a loop, replaying all those fun moments, which then, increases the difficulty of transitioning back to work mode.
Precisely. And it's not just the emotional hangover. There's also the anxiety about future tasks. The article points out that, on Monday mornings, many professionals start worrying about targets, assignments, and upcoming projects. All this anticipation adds another layer of stress.
Right, yeah. It's that double whammy of clinging to past joy and being anxious about future challenges. It's almost as if Monday carries a, built-in emotional roller coaster.
Absolutely, and that's why the piece emphasizes, the importance of not mixing your work life with your home life. Like when you're at home, you should really just be at
Right.
home.
Good point. I mean, if you start thinking about work while you're still relaxing at home, you're just setting yourself up for even more stress come Monday morning.
Exactly. It's like, imagine trying to eat dinner while you're watching a horror movie. You just can't really enjoy the meal.
Yep, that analogy works perfectly. The article argues that drawing clear boundaries between personal time and work time is key to keeping that stress in check.
Right? And it even suggests a few strategies to help ease Monday morning anxiety. One big tip is to use your imagination to, recall happy moments early in the day. If you can anchor your mind to those pleasant memories, then maybe the work stress won't feel quite so overwhelming.
But don't you think that's a bit, oversimplified? I mean, using imagination is great and all, but what about the inevitable workload that just doesn't magically vanish?
That's a solid point, and I agree it's not a cure-all. But the idea is more about setting a positive tone for the day. If you kick off your morning with some positive energy, you might just be better equipped to handle the workload that follows.
Yeah, true. Fair enough. And speaking of strategies, the article also mentions a regular yoga practice. It says yoga can balance your life, regulate your breathing, and even bring your blood pressure down to normal levels.
Exactly. I found that part really interesting. It literally suggests that a little physical activity, like yoga, can be the magic ingredient in transforming your Monday morning from a stress fest to a motivational kickstart.
Sure. But I kind of wonder if that's feasible for everyone. I mean, not all workplaces have a culture that supports, such routines. Some might argue it's a privileged luxury that not everyone can adopt.
That's a valid critique. And, it's definitely true that workplace culture plays a huge role. However, even if you don't have an on-site yoga class, you could always adopt some basic stretching or mindfulness exercises
Exactly.
at home.
Yeah, even a short 5-minute stretch session can make a difference. And I like how the article touches on the idea of being present. It argues that the key is to truly experience the moment, whether at home or work, without being, dragged by the past or fears of the future.
Right. The article really drives home the fact that our inability to remain in the present is what fuels the Monday anxiety. It's like our minds are split between the good old relaxing times and the looming terror of deadlines.
Yep, exactly. And that split in mental focus, essentially makes your whole week feel off balance. If you start the week on a negative note, it trickles down into your productivity and overall happiness.
Yep, that's the crux. Remember, the article states that if your Monday starts off woes, then the entire week is at risk. It's like, having a bad apple spoiling the whole bunch.
Yeah, totally. And it even shares examples like seeing big personalities or motivational videos that help reset your mindset for the day. It's a call to action for all professionals to consciously create that Monday magic.
Exactly, it's about cultivating an environment where you're not just slogging through doubts, but actively creating a positive vibe. It's not just about dealing with stress, but overthrowing it with good habits.
And I think another important takeaway is the recognition that this isn't just a personal issue. The article hints that stressed employees might not be delivering their best work, which in turn affects the whole company, right?
Definitely, it's like when you're mentally strained, your productivity suffers, and that hits both the employee and the employer. A stressed mind isn't going to churn out stellar creative work.
Right, exactly. And that makes it an issue worth addressing. You know, on a broader scale. I mean, why should every Monday be this uphill battle if we all could adopt these, mindful practices?
Absolutely. And at its heart, it's about reclaiming your mornings. It's a reminder that you have the power to change your mindset, whether that's through clear boundaries, rekindling positive memories, or even just some physical routine like yoga.
Yep, that's key. Now, I do think that while these suggestions are helpful, they might need to be adapted depending on the person. What works for one may not work for another, right?
True. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution. Some might find the structured routines work wonders, while others might need to explore creative, outlets like mindfulness, hobbies, or even just a short walk in the morning.
Right? It comes down to self-awareness. You have to know what triggers you and then, counteract those triggers with your own personal toolkit.
Exactly. And the ultimate goal is to replace that default Monday morning dread with enthusiasm and readiness to take on the day.
Absolutely, yeah. It's almost like the moment you get up, you declare to yourself, hey, I'm not going to let Monday dictate my mood or my productivity.
Precisely. And that mindset shift might just be the difference between a week of mediocrity and one of exceptional achievements.
Right on. So here's to all those out there, finding their own way to flip the script on Monday morning stress. May your mindset be as robust as your coffee and your day as vibrant as the sunrise.
Cheers to that, finding that balance and kicking Monday stress to the curb. Thanks for joining this chat, and here's to motivating every Monday, every week.